Hi, my lovelies. It's April almost already. So today we're going to go into the energy of April. We are going to go into some of the planet changes. We have finished Mercury retrograde. We're still in that last little bit of shadow, but by the end of this week, which is the end of March, we will start to be able to kind of move through these changes that have already been made, and we'll be looking at some new changes coming. So I pulled one card, and I asked for this card to simply sum up April's energy. So I will show that to you in just a second. But come on in, grab you a cup of coffee, grab you a cup of tea, get somewhere where you can listen to this, and we will go ahead and get started. All right, so the card that I drew today is this. This is absolutely a gorgeous card. It says, affirm your worth. And the number on here is 43. And this is going to be very significant throughout this reading because 43 equates to the number 7 in numerology. So, affirm your worth. This is going to be huge this month. So, if you've been maybe not feeling very confident, if you've had a lot of changes and you're like, I don't know which way to go, if you are really kind of stuck, you feel stuck, we're not ever really stuck, but you kind of feeling stuck lately, this card is wanting you, especially in the month of April, to really affirm your worth and everything that you're doing. So if you're not happy in what you're doing, if you don't feel worthy of what you're doing, or maybe you've got yourself kind of stuck in something that was never truly yours to begin with. It was something someone created and you stepped into it. That is really going to show you where you need to be, where you're going. This month is going to be absolutely huge. So let's talk about the number 7. The number 7 is completeness, is perfection, is divine order. It is considered a magical and a holy number. So this number really represents wisdom. It represents introspection and spiritual awareness. So this month you're really gonna want to sit with yourself. You're gonna want to kind of analyze. So excuse me, Mercury retrograde asked us to look at things again, to redo some things, to look at how we really want our lives to look. So you got kind of an overview during the last 2 to 3 weeks of kind of like, you know what, this doesn't feel in alignment. It's just not making me happy. Like, it may be only, you're doing a couple of things, but you almost dread doing it because it's not speaking to your heart. It's not speaking to your soul. So we either need to look at it a different way, in a different perspective, or we need to allow it to be finished. We need to let it go and we need to start something new, okay? So this is going to be a month of introspection, really looking at things with your heart, looking at things in a spiritual lens, and going ahead and finishing something. So this is your card, and through all of that, you're going to need to look at your worth, because this society often tells us that we're not good enough, or we're not pretty enough, or we don't wear the right clothes, or we don't do this, or well, everybody did it this way, or the people before you did it that way. Well, you are unique. You are each different. You each came here for a unique purpose, and not everyone is going to see that purpose. Not everyone is going to understand why you're doing the things you're doing, why you're moving the way you're moving. And if you really dig down deep into your soul, into your heart, you will realize that you are worthy of change. You're worthy of doing what feels good to your heart, what feels good to your soul, what excites you. So this is going to be really huge this month, and I have a feeling you'll be thinking about this card a lot, okay? So let's just kind of run through some of the planetary things that are coming up. We have towards the end of March, so I'm actually recording this on the 26th of March. So we only have a few more days of March left, which is crazy. It really has just flown by. And don't be surprised if you feel like this year is going to completely fly by. It really feels like time is speeding up. So do not be surprised if all of a sudden you're like, how did we get to this month? Or I cannot believe that I've been up this long, or where did all the time go? Or maybe you're also having maybe some little glitches, if you will, in time, and you're getting more time to do something than you would have. So don't be surprised if those things come up for you, okay? So on Tuesday the 31st, we have Venus moving into domicile Taurus. And actually on Monday, Tuesday, and it's going to really be ushering in almost a 4-week period that favors peace, art, diplomacy, and romance. So in the worldwide view, I am truly hoping that this small window here between like March 30th, April 5th or so will allow some peace, some diplomacy, and for us to really maybe jump out of things that we were either pushed into, or jump out of things that it was maybe sold to us in a different way. And this is personal and worldwide. So I really feel like in the huge worldwide scheme of things, many people were pushed into things. The world leaders, the people who represent us were really pushed into some things that they didn't really want to do, or it was sold to them in a different way. And it feels to me as if there was some characters that were in the background that many of the world leaders didn't really know, and all of a sudden they've come into play. So there's a lot happening there behind the scenes. I would suggest that you ask your spirit team, your spirit guides about this, because you may get a lot of really cool information. I don't do political astrology. I don't really do political commentary or anything like that. That's not my mission. That's not my place here in this particular lifetime, okay? But I do read the energy, and when I see planetary conditions ripe for certain things, I am going to speak on that. Now, as always, everybody has their own free will. Everybody can make their own decisions. So even though the energy is ripe for something like that, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. But I do hope that it does, and I hope that we get some of this stuff settled very, very quickly, because there's a lot of things going on that really shouldn't be. However, a lot of us did see a lot of this coming because of the energy we're in, because we're back in those planetary conditions where you have people standing up for each other. You have, wait a minute, this is not what we wanted. This is not how we want to live. And so for those old systems and beliefs to change, they have to die. They have to cause chaos and destruction. Now, technically they don't have to. We could just move into that. But as we all know, in this very 3D dense physical world, often the only way things change is by force, or by chaos, or by knocking you upside the head so hard that you're going, wait a minute, I think I might need to pay attention to this, right? So this is the energy we're in. This is the energy that we will move into and through really the rest of this year, because we have a lot that has to go away for us to bring in the new, okay? So, like I said, the end of March, the first part of April, we do have that beautiful Taurus energy. We have, like I said, Venus moving into Taurus, which really favors peace, diplomacy, romance, art. So on Wednesday, we have a beautiful full moon. It's also April Fool's Day, and that full moon is going to be in Libra. Hence, the balance, the fairness, the let's work on this, the mediation energy, right? So that's going to be right for that, the first of the month. I apologize. In the South, it is allergy season. So I apologize for that. So we have this beautiful full moon. April really is the pink moon. The changing of the seasons, the energy of bringing in something new. And I think this is really where these beautiful new beginnings come from, these beautiful butterflies. Look at all these colors. I see these colors as opportunity for this month. There's a lot of opportunity here. So again, your sense of self and status could be undermined this the first few days of April. So again, you're gonna have to know your worth, because if you feel that your sense of self is undermined, or maybe it's being manipulated, I want you to be very careful who you trust and confide in the month of April, and especially the first few days. It's really a good time to do solitary work. It's not great for group activity, so maybe paperwork, research, writing, maybe catching up on emails. If you have allowed your emails to get out of control, if you have allowed something within your household to get out of control, you need to take this first part of March and get it under control, because it's going to escalate, it's going to get worse, and it's going to cause disruptions and chaos within your brain, within your mind. And believe it or not, when you have things sitting around that are unresolved, whether it's laundry, whether it's emails, whether it's whatever it is, okay, it causes an energy to run through you. It brings your self-worth down. It can cause depression. It can cause anxiety. So I need you, for the first week of April, to get your stuff together and get all of this stuff fixed. Get it done. Get it completed. Again, completion. Excuse me. So let's make sure we do that. Like I said, it's not going to be a great time for teamwork the first part of April. So let's make sure that we get that solitary work down. Let's get that paperwork taken care of. Let's make sure that we get our taxes done. Let's make sure we get all of this stuff handled, because you're going to need all of that handled to be moving into April. April may be very busy for a lot of you. Get this stuff done immediately, okay? So you have Easter coming up if you celebrate. Be very careful during this Easter weekend. There is going to be an energy of ego clashes, or people bringing up things that really don't need to be brought up, and there's going to be argumentative type energy. So it could be a good excuse or a good way to do maybe a dine and dash kind of thing, or possibly maybe not go at all. So just remember that. So heading into April, the second week, so that's going to be around the 6th, we have Mars that enters into Aries. And this is going to allow us to relish the full force of this beautiful dynamic energy. And this is going to be happening until May 18th. So Mars will also conjoin and fully activate Neptune and Saturn, both of which recently moved into Aries. And so this is really going to take us into a powerful new era. So it's really going to solidify your self-worth. It's going to solidify the things that you've been thinking about, working on. So don't be surprised if that second week of April really gets you thinking about presentations, thinking about what makes you feel good, what depletes you, what is causing mental anguish. Those are the things that are going to really happen and be brought up during the second week of April. We also have soulmate energy here. So if you've been looking for love or looking for different things, or maybe a confirmation, that could come up this week. Be very careful this week as well, especially on Sunday. I think it's like the 12th, 11th or the 12th. We have the overly competitive, erratic vibes, so be very careful there. It could really cause you to be taken for granted. It could be leaving you feeling maybe exploited or taken advantage of, or something in that way. So really save your generosity perhaps for another day. So we have spring really starting to roll in now. This is where this new energy comes from. So that the next couple of months you're going to be really launched into business, new projects. You could be traveling to foreign lands towards the second to end of April, sometime in April, especially towards the end of April. So let's move into the third weekish. We have a very positive week. So for the first couple of weeks, it's kind of like, kind of be very careful. Make sure you're paying attention. If things feel a little off, maybe leave it, because the week 13th to the 19th is really going to be a really positive week. You're going to have electric vibes. You're going to have maybe some new brainstorming ideas. This might be a good energy to speak with a loved one, maybe to do small get-together, small brainstorming projects. I wouldn't do large ones just yet. So the moon moves into Aries during this time, which will make contact with others more uplifting, and we have a lot of inspired planets moving during this time. Magnetism will be off the charts during this time, so this is going to allow you to form better bonds with people. It's going to give you aspects of your life that maybe have felt kind of it's going to give you that creative energy. It's going to really uplift and maybe make things very mutually beneficial for people, okay? And so there's just a lot happening in April. So we have teamwork, self-improvement during this time. You will most likely, if you've really been working this whole year on new things, what you're wanting, this is going to be a great time to come up with a clear plan for your future. And maybe bounce it off a trusted advisor. So perhaps you have someone in your life that you really trust, that they don't necessarily give their opinion. They give, okay, how does it make you feel? They ask you questions that will confirm that your plan is really what you want, okay? Or you may be going to trusted advisors for financial help, for different retirement or different financial options to get to that retirement stage. Say you only want to work another 10 years. Let's look at these different things to be able to get you into that place where you want to be, okay? This is going to be a good month to forget about the past and keep your eyes fully fixed on the present and the future. So this is going to be where you're really going to conceptualize your future, your life that you want to lead, what brings you peace. I know for me personally, I am really getting rid of anything and everything that does not bring me peace. If it causes me anxiety, or I gotta get to this, or I gotta do this, then if it's not something I can't complete and get it off my table, my task, my to-do list, then it's something that needs to be let go of. So I've been doing that a lot. And it's maybe simple things. Maybe you're getting too many emails and you open another email account where the only thing you have in there is your work stuff. I've done that, and that works well for me. So anything else that goes into my regular email, I go through every other day and delete everything out of there. So I've come up with new tasks, new behaviors, new habits to really create that freedom. Because what we don't often realize is that when we are constantly being dinged by our phones, constantly being made to do things that are just something that we could have someone else do for us, or something that we could just get rid of entirely, all of that is pulling on your energy, okay? So make sure that you're getting things taken care of. Don't let it sit there. Get it done. Get it taken care of, so you don't feel like that stuff's, everything pulls on your energy. So really be present. Make sure that you're paying attention to how you feel, how each individual task makes you feel, how people make you feel, and start really paying attention to that and who, what, where you need to move out of your life. Okay, it's time. So, towards the end of like somewhere between the 23rd and 26th, we have Uranus moves into Gemini. Yay, Gemini. So this is going to give you a really a start of a 7-year period. And this 7-year period is going to really give you wings to fly. I love that, because that's a Gemini. Geminis love to fly. They love freedom. So this 7-year period, starting towards the end of April, is really going to be devoted to creativity, to freedom, to communication. So many people, it feels like the last couple of years, there's been so many misunderstandings because either the energy wasn't right, or the alignment isn't there anymore. You're sitting in two different energies. And so these people or these things will either move out of your life, or it will get better, and it will really bring in that freedom and that communication. If you are working with someone who does not value communication, that does not value freedom, that does not value your eccentricness, your excitement in things, your Geminis love to talk things out. They don't necessarily how do I say this? A lot of people will think that Geminis are trying to poo-poo on their plans or need it to be a certain way. It's not that. Geminis love to talk through things, because when they talk through it, they understand better. They understand what your point is, where you're going with it, and then they can help you with that. So they can help uplift you. They can help give you different creative ideas to plug into things. And so they really are your cheerleader type energy. Unless they feel like they're misunderstood, unless they feel like they're being taken advantage of, unless they feel like they have constantly been doing, and you give them absolutely no results, or you sit there and you're very quiet when they ask questions or when they give you something or an idea. Geminis really need someone around them with a very magnetic energy, with a high vibrational energy, because that energy often will go up and down with whomever is in front of them, because they're able to read energy so well and that energy and that reading of energy allows them to help you better. If you really sit in an energy of obligation, energy of mind games, manipulation, narcissistic tendencies, that Gemini energy will move away from you, because they are here to support and to help and to uplift. And if you're not wanting that or not ready for that, they often feel there's nothing they can do, right? So remember that when you're moving into this next 7-year period, there's going to be a lot of excitement from certain people. And so if that's not your thing, if you're more analytical, if you're more scientific, then make sure that you're moving into and working with those who are on that same energetic wavelength. Okay. There's going to be an energy towards the end of April. So this is going to be the week of April 27th through May 3rd. There's going to be a long-term plan energy. There's going to be a lot of love energy and possible romance if you're looking into that energy. There will be a few people, like I said, that will be ready to compromise and will jump, but some of those people will jump to conclusions. So if this is a week that you have decided that things need to change and that you need to move away from certain things, or you need to change something, maybe your schedule's changed, your family schedule's changed, don't be surprised if people jump to conclusions, misunderstandings about you, and actually project their own fears and things onto you. Remember, this is going to be a month of you knowing your self-worth, you trusting you trusting your heart, you trusting your spirit team to move you in the right direction, okay? So be sure towards the end of the month that you're really focusing on nourishing what you love in your life. Perhaps it's actually nourishing your love life or your partner. What fuels you? What fuels your relationships? What fuels your love life? This is going to be important towards the end of April. So if there are things that are causing you distress, if there's something that's causing you mental anguish or any of these sorts of things, really start paying attention to this. Write it down if you need to. Start making columns of things and habits that make you feel good, things and habits that don't. And do this with people as well. And I know that may seem harsh, but because of the energy that we're moving into this year, you are going to want to cultivate a life that feels good, a life that is peaceful, a life that is loving, a life that brings people into your life that love you, that trust you, that really know you and know that know your heart. Because those who misunderstand, those who constantly feel like you're doing things against them, those are not the people that need to be in your life right now. Because of everything happening on the world stage, because of everything happening politically, worldwide, not just political, but also in terms of changes to our daily lives that we may not be able to control. You need to surround yourself with people, places, things, habits that support very high vibration, that support Christ-like energy, the Christos, high vibrational consciousness, okay? Because that is what's going to get you through this. This is what's going to allow you to really work with your intuition so that you can be on top of things. You can already be ready for things that may come and not be stuck in fear, not be stuck in drama of the world. Cultivating your little island, your little place, your little home that reflects anything and everything that is important to you. Okay, so I'm going to draw a couple of other cards just to see if we have any other information for April. Anything else we need to know about beautiful, fun, exciting April energy? There's one. forge connections. So like I said during this reading, we will be forging new connections. We will be going, wait a minute, some of my old connections, it's just not in alignment with me anymore. It just doesn't feel right. So you will be forging new connections. You will be forging new ways of doing things. You will be forging new habits that actually stick. This is a 37, so this is an 11 number. So this is going to be a good gateway change. This is going to be where you walk through the pillars, where you walk through the gates to find and to cultivate your heaven, if you will, okay? And turn the page. 17, turn the page. Which reduces to 8, completion. Infinity, which is interesting because I actually put this infinity necklace on with the heart and the rose today. My mom actually got this for me. So it's time to turn the page. It's time to start something new. It is time to let the old move away and to cultivate something different, something new. So it doesn't mean that you can't keep the old, some of the old. So there will still be things that you will refer back to for help. There will still be things that you do in a traditional way. But there's also new things coming up. So my air signs, my Gemini, my, who else is air? Libra, maybe? And, Aquarius. This is your time. This is your time to forge something new. This is your time to wipe the slate clean and try something different. Try something new. Move into this new era. You're going to start hearing these phrases in the news, phrases in and around your circles, in and around wherever you shop. You're going to start seeing things that are new and working towards a new era and building something here. You're going to start hearing these really cool phrases for the future. You're going to hear the future a lot because that's the energy we're in. So don't be afraid of it. There are going to be some things that you reject, some things that you love. Be open to a lot of things, but be sure that you have discernment. So again, make sure that your spiritual maintenance, make sure that you have a beautiful, strong spiritual relationship, that you work on it daily, that you make time, non-negotiable time for your faith, for your spiritual maintenance, for your spiritual energy, because it will be most important. With the new changes we're going through, with all the technology that's coming at us, we will have to know our worth. We will have to know who we are. We will have to have discernment, and we will really need to start these habits now that bring us peace, because it's going to be quite chaotic with all this new energy, this new technology, all these new innovations being thrown at us. You're really going to need that non-negotiable spiritual time to think, time to allow other people's thoughts, feelings, and opinions to move out of your energy, and you really start making decisions for yourself and not other people. I am a reformed people pleaser. I say reformed because I'm working on it, but I am a reformed people pleaser. I am a reformed, giving all my energy to other people and not leaving anything for myself. So this past few years I've really come back to myself. I've gotten rid of everybody else's thoughts, opinions, and feelings on how I should do things or not do things or this or that, and I'm really having to move into that place of sacredness. My energy is sacred. And non-negotiable discipline, non-negotiable time with myself, with my family, with my home, with different things. And spirit comes first, my family comes first, and everything else comes last. So I'm really changing my daily habits. I'm bringing in more peace. I'm getting rid of things that no longer bring solitude to my being. If it does not bring me happiness and solitude and peace, it has to go. And when we do that, sometimes it feels a bit lonely. Sometimes people don't understand. They walk away. Maybe they don't contact you as much. And so that's okay, because you're building something that will truly last. You're building something that will allow you to grow. You're building energetic sovereignty, and this is going to be so important moving into this futuristic age of technology, of new innovations and new things that we've never heard of. And so make sure you're allowing yourself time to do that, and allowing yourself time to really sit with your own emotions, sit with your decisions, sit with and ask questions of your team to guide you towards the present and the future that you so desire, and that your body, mind, and spirit need desperately. Okay? All right, so I'm going to end it there because I don't want this video to be too terribly long. So, I am not going to do any in-person classes per se during the summer, so May, June, July. However, what I am going to do is I am going to open up my schedule for anyone who wants any private readings. If you're looking for maybe some guidance or confirmation for some of the decisions you're making, if you're looking for some ideas of the energy that you're personally moving into, let me know. I am going to do some channeled work and some channeled reading. So if it's something that you're wanting to ask Spirit, let me know, and we will work on how to do this. I am also going to, you all know that I do Reiki, but I am going to offer what is called a self-care Reiki course. It's about 4 hours long. It does not come with a certificate. This is something that is just for you. This is something that will enhance your spiritual practice. And it is also something that if you have someone that is living with you that has chronic pain, maybe they're going through transition into moving into a new energy, so leaving this earth and going back to spirit, this may be something for you that you can work with this person energetically. So if you're looking for something like that, give me a ring, because I'm going to be offering that as well. I'm also going to offer, for those who are really wanting to work on changing their life, changing their habits, changing how they do things, and really upping their spiritual practice, I'm going to do some private intuitive coaching type classes. So if you're looking, or sessions I should say, because it's going to be one-on-one. If you're looking to do something like that, also give me a ring, because I want to move into things that are really helping you. It's not surface level stuff. It's things that are really going to allow you to put these disciplines into your daily life, so that you start to see some really cool things. You start to see, hey, this is working. So if you're looking for something like that, please let me know, and I will send you the information on it. So just let me know what you're wanting to do, and I'll send you some information. Have a wonderful April. Make sure that you know that you are worthy, you are loved, and know that this month is all about divine order. It's about wisdom, introspection, spiritual awareness, and it's time to complete or finish something that you were either pushed into, you were either put into, and now it's changed, so now you need to complete that and start something new. Or it's just something within your life that you're like, you know what? This has run its course. I'm done. Okay? You're going to start feeling that energy. You're going to start going, okay, I feel it now. it's going to be almost like something clicks or a light bulb goes off, and you'll be like, oh, this is what I need to let go of. Okay? So have a wonderful April. I am here if you have questions. If you want to do any type of session, let me know. And have a wonderful, wonderful April. And I will try to do as many videos as I can as my time permits. And I love you. Hang on to your unicorns. As always, with this energy, it will be exciting. It will be an adventure. And there will be many, many changes. Okay? Bye.